Hi everybody, I'm Em Melrose, your celebrant, and this is,
Matthew Sims, funeral director.
and we are here to open up the conversation about funeral arranging because it can be really difficult when our loved one dies and we've got a very short window of time to arrange the funeral. And we are absolutely, I'm on a mission to help people to write their letter of wishes so that that our loved ones aren't left wondering. But quite often it's a really difficult conversation to have. So the purpose of these little chats are for Matt and I to come together and share our insight, our wisdom with you, and hopefully it'll help at some point in the future. So
Mm.
our topic of conversation today is about what can go into a coffin, and we're going to really think about that a from a cremation point of view, right, Matt?
Yeah,
Because there are slightly different rules with burials and cremations, but there are a lot more cremations that are happening these days than there are burials. So
absolutely.
um, you know, it's a tough conversation to have with the family, right? Because there might be some really specific things that they want, but the more educated and informed we are, the easier
Yeah.
it is for you. So can you just give us, a little bit of insight to what why things can't go into a coffin and what is acceptable?
Yeah, over time things have changed, and we're at the place now where regulation is obviously, key.
Regulation in terms of,
What items can go into the coffin, and also from a sustainability perspective.
right. So there's an
So
environmental factor here, right?
absolutely, environmental factor, and also, there's a factor around being safe. We are talking about a crematorium, etc. So, so we have to ensure that whatever's been put in the coffin not only keeps us safe as funeral directors or the staff, but also the crematorium staff as
Of
well.
course. Right.
Um, Now from a dressing perspective of your loved one, then, providing the garments are cotton based, then they are accepted. Or you could opt to choose the funeral director's gown. You can pick the color of that. And you can pick a different color frill to the actual gown, etc. But the dressing options is that really is restricted to your own clothes, but they have to be cotton
Right.
or a gown. From a perspective of belongings, um, I've had people put a check in the coat pocket before now, just in case that there's a shop the other side, so, which I thought was quite funny, really. Um, but of course, letters are acceptable. Maybe a teddy, but again, providing that the filling of the teddy is suitable to be put in the coffin.
So it would need to be a natural fibre, right?
Natural fiber, exactly. And you're really limited to what it is that we've just discussed. Yeah,
What
it's
about jewellery?
jewelry's another good one. You're of course you can ask for your loved one to wear a wedding ring, necklace or anything, but all of that um obviously obviously goes into the cremator, and you don't, that's lost. It doesn't come out of the cremator. Um, I've had other people saying, well, I don't want that item of jewelry lost, the wedding ring, for instance. I want to put the wedding ring in with the cremated remains. So that might be a better suggestion, rather than leaving that go with your loved one into the cremator, into the crematorium.
Yeah.
Then maybe put that wedding ring with the cremated remains afterwards. Another idea. There's
Yeah.
again, there's plenty of options around these things, and I think what we're trying to do here is give people the safe space to discuss and to consider those options before they actually need to make the decision.
Absolutely. And your role of the as the funeral director is to guide and support the family um in that time. But if we know in advance, sometimes it can be really tricky, can't it? When you don't want to have to say no to somebody, but if we know in advance, then it just makes that conversation a little bit easier.
Yeah, of course, you're making an informed decision, aren't you, rather than a non-informed decision. And I suppose from my perspective, yes, I'm there to guide, but I'm there to empower the client with the knowledge that we've gained over the years that we've been doing this role. And by empowering the client, it gives them then the power to make the correct decision for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Matt. So just to as a reminder, so it's natural fibers, um,
Yeah,
letters and notes and things like that. So long as it's a natural fiber, then that's okay. But you're bound by environmental guidelines as well as
correct.
sustainability guidelines to ensure that from an emissions perspective, we're not causing any greater pollution into our local area.
And maybe a check just in case.
Yeah, lovely. Matt, thanks so much. And hey, I look forward to having another conversation with you soon.
Thanks, Em.